Hi community, welcome to this reading. My name is Elena and this is AngelsCupTarot. In this video, we will be exploring the feelings that exist between you and your person. Are their feelings for you reciprocated? How do your own feelings stack up against theirs? And what are the mutual feelings that the two of you have in common? With my experience in the art of tarot, I will guide you through a journey of self-discovery and help shed light on the complex dynamics of this relationship. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right into it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more insightful readings. Today we have 3 piles to choose from: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And you can pause the video if you need some time to pick and choose a pile. And as always, I'll see you in the reading. I will provide the timestamps down below so you can click right to your reading. Hi Pile 1, if you chose the Tons of Luck at the Theme Park Tarot deck or this piece of opalite crystal, then this is your reading. I'm so grateful that you've chosen to join me for this reading. Your presence and support mean the world to me and help our community grow, so thank you for being here. So Pile 1, before we begin, I want to give you a quick rundown on how this reading will work. On the left side, we will explore the energy and feelings that your person has towards you, and on the right side, we will dive into your own energy and feelings towards your person. Keep in mind that the energies may be flip-flopped, so take it as it resonates. And finally, we will end the reading with a middle part. We will uncover the connecting energies between you and your person, so sit back, relax, and let's explore the messages that the universe has in store for you. Thank you again for being here, and let's dive into your reading. For your person's card, we have Uros, which is a rune card. Then we have Belief and Opportunity. And we have this Harry Potter Resistance card, which says, in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Fred and George Weasley challenged the regime of the tyrannical Professor Umbridge by unleashing a barrage of fireworks in the middle of the 5th year's owl exam before making an impressive exit on brooms. Do you think a public spectacle like this can be an effective way to protest a bad situation? Would you participate in something like this, or would you prefer to make a quiet exit? Okay. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. And then for your tarot cards, your person has the High Priestess. Okay. The Five of Swords, the King of Cups, then we have Death in reverse, okay, and the Queen of Swords, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, there's so much to unpack here. Let me get this right so we can start. Yeah, actually, let's put that there. If that makes sense. So what happened? Pile number 1. Something drastic, leaving this person behind, feeling some sadness and grief, but also being aware that there might be another opportunity for this connection to flourish, and really wanting to invest in this, and also having a lot of emotional depth to them. At this current stage, I would say they have a lot of feelings for you with this King of Cups we see here and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but he's determined and he's coming with tangible. So your person wants to make a tangible offer caused by their affection for you and their emotions towards you. And I feel as though for most of you in the past, there has been some miscommunication. I would say that one of you really did make that like dramatic exit that we see in this Harry Potter card. Yeah, and I'm hearing that did not sit well and that did not sit right with them. Like whatever happened between the two of you might have been alluring in the moment, but the longer your person is viewing the situation, the more they think that they might have messed up there, but they still do believe that there's a opportunity for fulfillment when it comes to this connection, and really for this connection to still flourish, because we have Death in reverse and someone's not moaning over loss here anymore. And I would say that with the High Priestess, I would say that this person believes you to be extremely spiritual. Maybe you've given off that impression, but I also see that your person's trying to find ways in order to bring this about again, and in order to start this mourning the loss of something. And it's funny, the depiction that we see, I remember when I was a child, I would usually go to a river and throw something on one side where like the river flew. And when it came out on the other side and I could see it, then that meant my wish came to fruition. And if it didn't, probably a lot of people did this, but I did this like every other day after school. I did this because it was like just on my way home from school. And I feel as though this is almost the approach that your person has, like energetically, that your person has towards this connection, like constantly asking if this can flourish again and how it may flourish, but really they do believe in this connection, and they have no choice but to, with this King of Cups here. And we see so much more energy that just is a reference to them really being in their power when it comes to the situation. I would say that they have some sort of power over you in terms of emotions, and I would also say that they're aware, but they're not misusing it. Maybe that's what they've done in the past, but they're not trying to do so anymore. And yeah, they want this new opportunity. And I'm hearing this TikTok song in my head right now, and I believe that was like right in the beginning of TikTok in quarantine when there was this one song. I'm not going to sing it because, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, yeah, I would say that emotions run quite deep when it comes to you. Also, this depiction of this river floating underneath this bridge, and they might actually, like metaphorically, have to cross this bridge in order to get to you again. So this makes me think that the two of you are currently not a thing, but they want to do so, and they're really mourning whatever went down here. And I would say that they're not taking their losses, or they're not trying to take any loss and not believe in that at all. That's not something that actually crosses their mind. Maybe sometimes like their emotions get the better of them and they see that possibility. What if it doesn't work? But I would say most of the times they're trying to keep faith and keep moving in whatever direction will bring a new opportunity and will make this connection flourish. And I'm almost getting like there's only one direction to follow. Like the river only has one direction that it flows in, and that's the direction they're willing to go, if that is what it takes to be with you. Maybe again, but for the majority of you, no, for like everyone of you watching this, this is not going to be a connection where the two of you are currently in a committed relationship, I would say. But that's what they want, because they really do have a lot of feelings for you. And they feel like the way you reacted may have been a little harsh, but it was justified, and they know, and they feel like now they understand the way that you reasoned, and they almost feel stupid for it. Seeing this Harry Potter card, it really talked about them making an exit, and it was justified the way they did it, and everyone watching that movie was applauding them to do so. But in this case, I would rather say that they were just stubborn to begin with, to not to make this weird exit that they did make. And I would say for most of you, this is like making an exit on the situation and hoping to bring this back. And I'm hearing this one song that's coming to my mind right now. It's like Bring It Back. And I don't know what the name of the song is. It's a very old song, so I have no idea, but it says like Bring It Back, and it like keeps repeating itself that way. Maybe you know, maybe write it down in the comments. But yeah, and then we have believe, like they're really trying to believe in this. And that's also reminding me of what I said with like throwing something in the river and seeing if it like went through, and then thinking like that made your wish come to fruition. And in this belief card, there's more water we see, and someone floating around the house with a little boat on the switch. And this is also connected, which I wasn't so aware, but now I see, to this Uru's rune. This rune is like the Emperor, and it's also giving some sort of magician, because it's bringing something to light. It's the power of creation, which goes in hand with the switch card. And I would say this is just reminding us that they're trying to, I would say they're trying to manifest this. I would say this person is someone who's very aware of the law of attraction and principles of manifestation, and they do believe in that. With the High Priestess, we see as the first card here, they're definitely someone who believes in that and applies these principles for themselves. So yeah, but they do believe that whatever went down between the two of you, you reacted quite harsh, and you were in your power, and they're moaning this. But you know what, I'm getting like a very mature vibe from them. Not only emotionally mature, which the King of Cups is reminding us of, but actually like someone who's really mature about whatever went down. So it's not toxic at all, which I love to see, obviously, Pi 1. Yeah, they seem to be quite a well-rounded person, to be honest. Yeah, and I wasn't so aware, but see how like this man is throwing pennies in this into the well. Well, sorry. Yeah, how he's throwing money, and that's not a usual depiction of the Knight of Pentacles, obvious. But see how like that just goes perfectly together, and then also how the King of Cups is pouring here. Yeah, they're very much emotionally intertwined with you. And to see water connected to the Knight of Pentacles is also something that is uncommon. So this is really about emotions. Yeah, and I think this is the romantic tarot I chose for your person's feelings towards you, and for your feelings towards your person, we will have the tarot that you chose, which is the Tons of Luck at the Theme Park Tarot, which is my favorite tarot deck, and I think I told you before, but yeah, that's what it is. That conjunction I made to what I was doing when I was a child is just correct here. We really see them wanting this connection to flourish, wanting this connection to come about, wanting to see a positive change in terms of this to flourish, and actually, yeah, investing in it. And if you hear a strange noise in the background, that is my dog snoring. I keep her around me whenever I do these readings. Love to see that. I really do love to see that for you, Pile number one. This really does give me the feeling of this person being here for the long run, and they're coming correct. And I would say that they're very much aware of what went down, and they're really not like, if you're going to receive them, they're not childish about what happened, and they're not, their energy is so advanced in a way, and it's, yeah, I keep thinking well-rounded. It's very smooth. It's It feels like having a milkshake. That's what their energy feels like. Yeah. So if they come correct and if they come forward, I can imagine that you would want to receive them. And I think that whatever happened between the two of you, they did learn their lesson and they're trying hard to receive this. And this is due to you standing in your power. And I wouldn't say that you've been quite like sharp with your words. It's more so applying reason and applying logic to the situation and really thinking this through, if that fits with your belief system and if that sits well with you or not, whatever happened between the two of you. And due to that, they've realized the depth of their feelings. And usually this is like, so yeah, usually I don't like that and it doesn't sit well with me when people do that, only because you gave them like a cold shoulder or you were a little harsh with them. But in this case, it's more so that they see the way that you've reasoned and they see the way that you stood your ground, and that made you more alluring to them, and that made them want to pursue you way more, but pursue you in a very stable and mature way. And I would say they have extreme plans when it comes to this connection. Yeah, and they definitely do want to have this long time, because they're coming forward with this Knight of Pentacles, which is just reminding us that this is maybe a long time coming actually, but for some of you, but also a very stable time coming. And I would also say that something was put to the test here, but also you were the one who wasn't believing in this as much anymore, because with this death card here, we see a woman moaning over a loss. And whenever you lose someone and lose a connection, it can feel like the grief is the same as if you lost a person that died, mostly depending on how important that person may have been in your life and how you are currently feeling. But yeah, it feels as though you did not believe in this connection any longer because of whatever went down. So this person was also quite aware of that. But that's in the past. They don't want that anymore. And that's an energy we see here, but it's not the most tangible energy anymore. It's gone. Even though this is a major arcana, I don't feel it quite as much. It's more subtle than that. It's something they're aware of. It's something that led to everything that's going on, how they feel right now. But whatever went down isn't as important for them moving forward and wanting to move this forward. And that's what they're very much grounded on. Like they're grounding themselves on that decision that they've made when it comes to pursuing this. And it feels like they really did make an informed decision on this one. It doesn't feel like this is a person that just runs for the next best thing. At least that's not what they do right now. And at least that doesn't show in their current feelings towards you. That feels like someone who's very stable and grounded when it comes to their decision-making process. And it does feel like someone who's made up their mind whether or not they want to continue this. And once they made up their mind, then that is what it is. And that's what they're going to pursue. That's what they're going to bring about. What's going to be the most important in their life. And I would say that they see you as a partner that they can see eye to eye with. And yeah, that they just believe in and believe to be right for them. So that's impeccable energy, pile number one, starting off. Let's move to your energy towards a person. So for your rune card, you have, wow, that's a bat. And you know what's funny, that I was talking about quarantine, but I think that's not something you're supposed to talk about. YouTube, I think, doesn't like that. So we have, I'm not sure what the first letter is, but I know what the rune is about. So we have this right here. And then we have open. And then, then for your Harry Potter card, we have resistance. 2 times the resistance, yeah. You two are stubborn. So Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends. Dobby, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Dobby is a house elf in service to Malfoy, the Malfoy family. Despite the horrible consequences, Dobby leaves Malfoy Manor multiple times throughout Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets to warn Harry against danger at Hogwarts. Later in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1, Dobby once again risks it all to help Harry, returning to the home of his former masters and ultimately giving his life to save his friends. Dobby is kind and brave, a true hero who resists the traditional enslavement of his species and fights for his freedom and his friends. What can you do today to honor the spirit of Dobby? Then for your tarot cards, you have 2 of Wands. Okay. 6 of Swords in reverse. Oh, okay. And you have Temperance in reverse. Oh. And then we have 2 of Cups. Oh, lovely. The Hermit, as you should. And then you have decisions. Obviously, you have decisions. Wow, Kaiwan. Yeah, what are your feelings towards this person? Definitely are trying to come to a decision. The 2 of Wands talks about choosing the road ahead and choosing which way to go. And this is beautifully depicted in this card as well. So they're trying to like come to terms with where to go next in this theme park. And this like needing to make a decision, that's where you're at right now with this person and how you feel towards them. Really needing to make an informed decision what to do next. And that's why you're here. yeah, and I think that you want to, actually with the Six of Swords, I think this is talking about not wanting to feel like the past will continue to repeat itself, but also wanting to let go of the past and wanting to go to meet better ends, in a sense. Since we see like they came out of this and it was toxic to them. They did not like that. So the popcorn is green, signifying that being toxic, but that was a bright and they did not enjoy. So they're glad they're out of that. And you have this in reverse. So you do want this person back and you do want there to be reciprocity, obviously, with this Two of Cups. Like you have deep feelings for this person and you feel like you share a lot of good times with them, good memories when it comes to them. And I would say that you two like went out and had like maybe desserts together. And that's funny because I was talking about this person being like feeling like a milkshake, and I don't usually like talk about milkshakes or any of that because I'm allergic to sugar, which is the worst to be. But yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm feeling like this is talking about. But yeah, you do want this person back, and there is like a part of you that really is moaning for this connection and moaning for the good of it and for the fun times. But right now, you're not facing the connection, you're not facing this person, and you're trying to stay out of communicating anything because you're unsure, you haven't decided upon what it's going to be. With this Hermit card here, and that's talking about being by oneself and being in solitude for now. And I also do believe that you feel like this has been such a long time coming, and this person coming like stable and grounded, but I would say that they are keeping their sweet time when it comes to moving this connection forward. And yeah, it feels quite stubborn from this person's side as well. So I get why this would be frustrating. And I would say that sometimes you feel like left out in the cold, but I would also say that part of you is in that situation right now, or in the energy you are in right now towards this person, like being in solitude and not trying to communicate anything because you haven't really come to a conclusion on where you would like to take this next. And there's like so much depth to the whole reading when it comes to your side right now that we see. So this will really confirm if this is your side or not, because the energy is so clear from your part. Thank you for that. Love to see it. Yeah, but I would say that you are taking into account the past, but you also don't want that to hold the two of you back in continuing something. But you did definitely not leave this person out of like your book, and it's not like they're not going to be part of your life when it comes to you. Like you seek out this new beginning with them as well, though we don't see a card that really does represent that. But I would say sometimes it's also I would say that the depth of your feelings towards this person may scare you a little bit, because we have this Temperance in reverse and this little bunny riding the wave. So you may feel like sometimes your emotions get the better of you because it's clarified by this Two Cups. And it's also making me think like sometimes you feel like you're in too deep. It's like what's coming to mind is like when you are too far into the ocean and you did not look back to see the coast. So you look back and you realize you're so far in, and then you're scared, but like you're where you're at, right? And then you try to go back. But yeah, I'm not sure why this just came to me. Probably because this one's surfing. But yeah, you also don't feel like this whole connection is like smooth sailing. And this person on the left side, they really want to bring it to those terms, like want to have like this connection be smooth sailing, because we have this with this belief card. They believe in this, and see like what I was talking about when I was talking about this witch. So they do believe in this connection, and they believe that it can come to a more grounded state. Yeah, it's just a state they believe this connection can be in. You're open to this new beginning. And oh yeah, and I would say this connection is making you face your demons or your shadows or things that you swept underneath the carpet when it came to connections. And probably this is a case of feeling let down from the past, like someone in your past let you down, and now everything like those emotions, they're coming back up and you're trying to process them. And I would say that is what's making you be in the state of the hermit more and more sometimes, because you're trying to process this, and you also don't want to come off as being too much. Oh, I won. Yeah, you're such a cool person. Give yourself credit for that. And with this bed card, the room card we have, this is talking just about the same thing like the hermit is. This is going right with the hermit. It's talking about stillness and solitude. And it's also talking about self-control and focus. And I would say that right now you're quite focused on yourself because you feel like you have so many things that are coming up that you just constantly need to go through. And you really don't want to come off as someone who's like too much. So you hold back in this connection. And you also, I would say you also don't see like stability when it comes to this connection because you feel like this person may have let you down in the past. And to this person, this just feels like you being a little harsh sometimes when it's just you in solitude trying to get like a grip on what is going on and how to process certain emotions and certain things that come back up. And that just, I would say sometimes you're quite terrified by those emotions that come up. And I would say that spirit, I'm trying to get like a hold of what spirit has to say about this. Let's ask. So ooh, that was fast. How to process this for pile number 1. Queen of Pentacles, Knave of Swords in reverse. Okay, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the World. Okay, pile number 1, I try to contain my feelings when it comes to this because it's such an unraveling right now. Yeah, Spirit is asking you to see your worth and to see how much you shine and how much light you bring to the world and how lucky the world is to have you here. Yeah, you really provide color, and I would also say that you provide insight, and you do not need to redeem yourself for anything. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but yeah, that's what's coming through. And also, it's okay to trying to rationalize things and trying to think about ways in which to maneuver better. And yeah, this is just Spirit telling you that you don't have to like think about what you're going to say next a zillion times over and over again. You don't have to over rationalize things to the detriment of your well-being. And I'm trying to really get a hold on this. Seeing this Queen of Pentacles usually, and that's like usually, and I've never seen it any other way. It's just a depiction of a woman, and that is what was coming through. Wow, yeah, I love this for you, one. Wow, love this. This person helps you to stop and smell the flowers, and you're called to depend on people. And I don't mean like depend in any type of toxic way, but like the universe is telling you that you can depend on stable people, and they're going to provide stability, and to also recognize your own stability that you bring to the table. Because I would say that you're super harsh on yourself, like to a point of like I'm not sure why. Like I don't see it, Taiwan, and I would say that neither is anyone else seeing what's going on, like what not seeing what's going on. Like I'm pretty sure that you have like very good insight and like people that provide with like support and love and care and all of that. But be aware of that. Just be aware of all the abundance around you. Be aware of the own abundance that you bring to the world, and you bring a lot of abundance to the world. See how there's like this yellow dress, and she's wearing a yellow dress. You're the abundance. Like you bring abundance to the world. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the World card, and like everyone else is dull in these pictures, but a Queen of Pentacles, and like she's in the middle of that. Like you have so much going on. You have so much to give, and there's a lot of there are a lot of people who are trying to provide for you, just as this person is. And there's no need to be extra hard on you, and there's also no need to not to believe that that is the case, because the universe is really stepping in here, and the universe is stepping in. Trust that. And they're trying to provide, and they will. And this person's trying to provide, and they will. I said it, pile number 1. You have the Eight of Wands. Things are going to move quite quickly. See, again, we have this. You're super powerful, pile number 1. Yeah. So we know what this was about. Like I had to see it, because I just don't want that for you to question yourself or to go through something that's hard on you and not feel like you have support, or like I don't even feel like you have support. You're just trying to process things. We saw a glimpse of what that is about, and obviously I don't know your full situation. But yeah, I'm glad we did look into that. And yeah, let's try to read more of what this is about. So, wow, I won. You're super powerful. Like I was shook to see that. You know what? There's like such a difference to your energy when it comes to someone. Like it's not so self-assured, I would say. As of right now, you got so much going on to be sure of, and there's no doubt about it. There's not a flicker of doubt going on when it comes to this. I'm really shook by your energy, Taiwan. Like I'm trying to get a hold of myself right now after seeing this, I must say. So let's look into the connecting energy. Maybe like we'll go back into that. But I think we really did, like we really touched upon this. You shedding a light. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get back to. You shedding a light on things you think you need to face. And there's so many things you need to face. I would say that you're quite the perfectionist. And also probably you're into like very contemporary subjects, and like a lot of people are trying to really get down on everything that they need to master and everything that they need to perfect. And I would say that it's very common nowadays not to understand that you're already good enough. Like you already have what it takes. You don't need to take like a zillion classes and whatever. You don't need to like read the next book and the next book and like listen to like 10 more readings in order to get it right. Like you already got it right, Taiwan. You already have what it takes. You're already perfect the way you are. And I know this is quite corny to say something like that, but it's true when it comes to you. It really is true. With everything we see here, with all of the energy, so many people trying to provide for you because you got so much going on, because you bring so much light to the world. See, you shine light everywhere. So you shine light onto all of your flaws or perceived flaws that someone else wouldn't even think twice about. And yeah, we saw some of that, and just not gonna get into that. But also, this is like make friends with what you perceive to be your flaws. Like there's like a dragon underneath that. and like there's a ghost sleeping, and it almost seems as if, yeah, doesn't see how this is connected, but you got a lot of prosperity going on with all of this green we see. This is also talking about the heart space, you healing your heart space and needing stillness for that. Spirit saying, and that's everything, like this person is triggered and you feel this coming up. Spirit saying to make friends with that. Sometimes when darkness comes up, it's like, be kind to yourself about it. Just be kind to yourself about it and make friends with that. See, like they live in the home of this rabbit, and the rabbit is just content the way it is. Yeah, love that for us, Pi 1. So let's see the connecting energies, mutual shared feelings the two of you have for each other. We have experiencing loss. The second brother journeyed to his home, where he took the stone and turned it thrice in hand. To his delight, the girl he'd once hoped to marry before her untimely death appeared before him. Yet soon she turned sad and cold, for she did not belong in the mortal world. Oh my God. Hermione Granger, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. The Tale of the Three Brothers from the Tales of Beedle and Bart, a book bequeathed to Hermione Granger by Dumbledore, reminds us about the importance of letting go of those we've lost. Do something small to honor the memory of a person you've lost. Place flowers on a memorial or cook a favorite dish. Light a candle for them. The important thing is to celebrate their life instead of focusing on the pain of their death. Wow. Okay. Personal growth. Honestly, do you two read Hermione Granger, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? For Hermione Granger, there's almost nothing that can't be solved by consulting a book. In fact, there are many instances throughout the films where Hermione's bookishness helps her friends save the day. She even carries a huge stack of books in her enchanted bag when she, Ron, and Harry go hunting for Horcruxes. Books play a huge part in how Hermione understands and interacts with the world. Have you ever come across a book or books that have a strong effect on your life? What were they and why do you think they affected you so much? Ooh. And for your tarot cards, you have the Fool in reverse, okay? You have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, we got that. The Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. The Emperor, we got that. Yeah, that's... we have the Four Swords upright. And we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, 8 and 8 and 4 and 4. 0. And the Empress also a Fool. Yeah. Okay. Wow, there's so much going on here. Ooh. Pi 1. So much going on. Yeah, I'm trying to get like a hold of where to start. Wow. It feels like the two of you both feel like there's a lack of opportunity right now, and we saw that this person wants this opportunity with you. Like that's how they feel about you, like trying to have an opportunity here. But we see like that the two of you may feel like there is like a lack of opportunity and also a lack of movement right now. Like everything is at a standstill and everyone's gathering their stamina to move forward and to move like to a better place, I would say. And yeah, very in a meditative state. But that is feeling like it's due to this person moving very slow, and also due to you needing to gather the courage to maybe move into a direction or to make a choice, or even feel like you do have like a real choice, and maybe have like a real opportunity with this person. But what from your side, I would say that it just doesn't feel like you feel like there is a real opportunity here, because you just don't see that this person is giving you a lot to work with. Yeah, just no movement with the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then the Eight of Cups, but still not wanting to let go, still not wanting to leave the situation behind. You two aren't trying to leave the situation behind. You are aware that like everyone's like in a shell right now due to different reasons. But the two of you seem very similar, and like there's like mutual shared energy right now is that you two don't want to let this go. You two feel like there's not really opportunity to get this like moving, or like an opportunity for like fast growth, if that makes sense. So with this Moaning card here that the two of you have in common, one or both of you lost someone or lost something that's very special to you. And I know that's like a very general saying because that can mean just about anything. But I would say that for some of you, like this is really someone who was very special to you. And yeah, like actually like someone who died, because we see like this death card being depicted by an actual funeral here and her attending to this funeral, but we also see this in reverse, wanting to come out of that, but actually still that energy is still lingering. Like the energy of loss is still lingering, and you know, if you experience loss and identify as much with it that it becomes your whole personality, or not your whole personality, actually just it's like a very important part of you is still grieving, is still trying to get a hold of something, and that can transfer then into like other parts of your life where you just feel like you're not there. You're not at the point where you can just, you know, continue life and continue as if everything's just normal. That's just still lingering like in your energy field because you chose to do so, because you can't let go. This is spirit saying that whatever the two of you moan, may it be this connection, may it be like an actual person, may it be loss of anything, it would be beneficial if you try to get something that represents that situation for you, that person, and make amends with that. and had like an experience that you felt where it was nourishing, and that you felt like you could make friends with that. You could open up again. And in this card it says, place flowers on a memorial or cook a favorite dish, light a candle for them. The important thing is to celebrate their life instead of focusing on the pain of their death. Yeah. So like trying to have like actual, in like physical reality, have like actual like meaningful, what's the right word? Not to have like a practice, it's more to have something symbolical, and even maybe make that your practice as long as it takes you to get over something, get over the grief. And I don't mean like get over the grief, just implement that. And like, yeah, just wow. It's hard to say anything on that one because I feel it's so easy to just give someone like some sort of advice, and I'm trying to get that insight I'm hearing to do it justice. And that's spirit saying, yeah, do something that's symbolical to you, that gives you a lot of meaning and purpose, and gives you the feeling of empowering yourself. And I would say that would be beneficial for the both of you, or that's what the both of you are currently going through, maybe in need for. But I would say that you are implementing that already, in a sense of seeking solitude. And for like probably the majority, this is just the loss of the connection, but not wanting to let go. This is like the in-between stage of trying to let go of something and trying to hold on. Because the Fool is like talking about new beginnings, and this person definitely is seeking like a new beginning. And you're also not trying to let go of the situation, but this is like this grieving in-between process where you feel like you almost have to let go because something is lost and over, but not wanting to, and both like seeking solitude. But this mutual shared energy is very much also, I would say both are trying to stay strong. But with the honestly due to read, I would say this is spirit interfering. A, this is talking about you two being well read. I would say this person as well as you. But B, this is also talking about spirit interfering a little bit. I would say that spirit saying like not all is lost here. And this perceived hardship. Yeah, let's get a clarify on that one. You spirit, please clarify as well as. No, let's take this serious. This is like, please tell us something. Not even sure what I'm asking here. Death in reverse. Wow. I'm having chills. Yeah, this is spirit saying like, that's just a perception. Just a perception. Wow. Yeah. This family is moving out and they're leaving a home. They're leaving a house. And we had a lot of depictions of houses. And I was thinking about the house. I did not want to say it because it just did not make sense to me when I was looking at this person's energy. When I was looking at their energy, this is like letting something in and them believing that the two of you can have solitude together, opening up. And I wanted to say something, but I was like, and then what is the conclusion here? And I'm still trying to gather that. But yeah, let's get there. Yeah, they're leaving this home in this depiction. So you have that in reverse, and this person had death in reverse. So it's clear to this person that you think this connection is over, and for them it's not. But for you, it's neither. You're trying to make like an informed decision here on this connection, trying to not to overpower this whole connection with like your emotions and feelings. And Spirit's saying like it's actually what you perceive to be a loss. It's not the case. So Spirit's also giving us a heads up that this is a minority that I'm reading this for that actually lost someone, that are still grieving and still are in that energy in a sense, and still trying to like come out on the other side of the grieving process. For most of you, this is about just mourning the loss of the connection, or what you perceive to be the loss of the connection. And with this depiction of the house and then leaving a home, like the home is like the base of your being, because that's where you base like your whole life and like intimacy and all of that. So it's most important to you, and it's also where you create life. And like especially in Kabbalah and in the like meaning of letters and like the Hebrew alphabet, the house is like a very important part of creation. And I'm trying to wrap my head around this meaning. I'm getting super tired as I read this. What you perceive to be lost is actually not lost, and there's so much opportunity to build. There's like an ocean of opportunity, and there's so much stability, and this person really does try to provide. They're really trying to be a provider, and this is also giving me like needing to like finance something together in order to buy a home, or in order to like, maybe you dreamt of having like a happy home with this person, and this person didn't let go of that dream. They were just moving very slow, and you perceive that as someone who's rejecting. Maybe, yeah, I want to do this justice. Spirit's like very obvious with us. It's like I always get these obvious insights, and then I'm like struggling to get it right. And that's life, right? But yeah, and I feel as though you're also not perceiving the situation the way it is. Like there's so much stability for you to experience, and like so much for you to have, just immense opportunity for you to have. And that's just giving like this heads up, like nothing's lost here, nothing is over really if you want that to be. It's more so you needing to make a decision on what it is that you want, and letting go of like everything that you deem to be lost. And yes, healing that inside of you, but not being like so hard on yourself. I think for you it's more so realizing what's actually going on, because it's far from the truth. Only because things don't move like as fast as the speed of light don't mean they don't exist. Doesn't mean like it's not there for you. Doesn't mean like you don't have the opportunity to base yourself on someone, or like on a connection, base your trust in a connection, because there's like so much to trust upon here. And I don't know why I put the cards away that I shuffled when I was trying to get what this was about, like what your hermit mode was about, and this solitude, this like isolation, I want to say, from this person. But yeah, when we saw this Queen of Cups being accompanied by someone else, probably the King of Cups, King of Pentacles. This is the King of Cups, and that was the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, probably by the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So there's someone you can base your trust in, and I would say that's actually this person. Like, I would say that they can live up to that. You trusting, like, you are allowed to trust people, and you are allowed to like have meaningful connections, and there's like nothing you need to moan here. But it's sometimes like realizing that, and I would say like it would be extremely beneficial if you had something that would symbolize this feeling of loss, that you could get in touch with your feeling. Once it's like external, you can get more in touch with it, have like this ritual almost to cleanse yourself from that. And not, yeah, I'm saying it again, but that's actually not true, and that's actually not what Spirit wanted me to say, because it's more of this, like, open up and make friends with that feeling, shed a light on that. But yeah, do so. But once you shed the light, then just be content with what is, and be content with like maybe the feeling inside. And you've got so much going on, and I would say like you've got drive, and it's okay to need some rest. Yeah, but I'm like giving you advice because I wasn't going to shuffle, and then I see all of this energy and I'm like, I can't leave it at that. But yeah, that's all we see. I would say that you two feel like there's no stability. This is talking about commitment. Right now there's no stability, there's no commitment, and I'm being woo-woo almost when I'm talking about like everything there is, but that's like insight we got from Spirit. They're not being like, this is just perceived, and this person also sees it that way, and that's why that is. And I would say that you also don't want it to be that way. You want this happiness and this fulfillment with this person. And this teddy bear is also giving me Emperor vibes. And this person is an emperor, and they're showing up as an emperor in more than one ways in this reading. And I would say that they are trying to be there for you, actually. They're trying to be there. And they cherish you. They do. And I would say they have quite the sweet soul. And I would also say that they would love to be allowed to be there for you, if that makes sense, once you're ready. And they are here for a long time, not a fun time. Maybe both. Judged by your feeling towards this person also. Probably both. So yeah, I would say let's wrap it up here. That's all I have for you, pile number one. I hope it did resonate with you, and if it did, I would greatly appreciate if you could leave me a comment down below and tell me if it did so, and also give this reading a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, that really does help the channel grow and helps connect the content to like-minded people, and maybe also other people who might need to hear this. Yeah, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel to be connected to similar readings. Bye! Hi Pi 2, if you've chosen this Tarot the Loose Tarot deck or this Rose Quartz Crystal, then this is your reading. And I'm so grateful that you've chosen to join me for this reading. Your presence and support mean the world to me and help our community grow. So thank you so much for being here. So Pi 2, before we begin, I want to give you a quick rundown on how this reading will work. On the left side, we will explore the energy and connecting feelings that your person has towards you. And on the right side, we will dive into your own energy and feelings towards your person. Keep in mind that the energies may be flip-flopped, so take it as it resonates. And finally, I will end the reading with the middle part. We will uncover the connecting energies between you and your person and the mutual shared feelings. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the messages that the universe has in store for you. Let's start with this left side here. For the Harry Potter card, we have identity, and they actually got two Harry Potter cards. In the first, it says, in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry becomes known as the Chosen One, a moniker he earns when it is prophesied that he is the only wizard capable of defeating Lord Voldemort. After everything Harry has been through, he courageously accepts this role as his duty and works with Professor Dumbledore to discover the truth about Voldemort's Horcruxes. Have you ever had a job or role thrust upon you that you would have preferred not to accept? How did you handle the situation? Did it change how you thought about yourself? Okay, and then we have personal growth. And it says, working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more, believing in yourself. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. We all struggle from time to time to believe in our own value and capabilities. Sometimes it's important to remind ourselves of how far we've come. Make a list of 10 accomplishments, big or small, that you've achieved in your life. Read through it the next time you're struggling to believe in yourself as a reminder of just how strong and capable you are. And then for the other oracle card, we have Chaos. Okay. And then for the rune card, we have Canas. It's this one right here. And that's the depiction. This reading owl, which I love. And it's giving wand wipes. Fiery. Okay, and for the tarot, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, Heartbreak card. Wow, this is a vampire. Okay, trigger warning. You're under the age of 16. You probably shouldn't be watching. So we have the Two of Cups. We have the Emperor. Weird depiction of the Emperor. Yeah, not very fond of it. This is the Haunted House Tarot deck. So this is, it's not like trying to glamorize what's going on. It's like depicted as being a haunted version of something. And in some cases, like that is positive, and in other cases, that's very shadowy. So don't like think we glamorize this kind of behavior yet. Yeah, just needed to give an explanation, I feel. Then we have the Five of Swords. Interesting. I would say that we had that in pile 1 as well. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Nice. Yeah, it makes sense. Like normally, okay, we have candle wax all over these. We have the Two of Swords. Okay. And last, we have the Hermit upright. So what are we seeing, pile 1? Haven't seen these before, so I need to like quickly assess what is going on in the energy we're seeing here. So I definitely do see some heartbreak that this person has brought into the mix, and they brought that upon the two of you, and they're aware of that. I would say that this side is representative of the more masculine side, just because we have the Emperor, but we also have, not just because we have the Emperor, but also we have like other energies that make me believe that this person is the more masculine figure in this reading. So even if that is like same-sex couple, then that's still going to be like someone's still going to show up in a more masculine energy or in a more feminine energy. That's the usual dynamic of relationships. So this side right here is definitely the more masculine side we see, and I will refer it to this as your person, but take it as it resonates, as I said. So we see someone like putting a vlog through their heart. I would say that this person is very aware that they caused heartbreak and drama in the situation, and they feel like, and the Two of Swords is also a very interesting depiction, because usually it's being at crossroads and having to make a decision. And there's a crossroads card in this, and I would say that the Two of Pentacles is more depicted as, or Two of Wands being more depicted as making a decision on which direction to go. Yeah, the Two of Wands. But this one here is wanting an answer from the more female entity in this reading, from this right side, wanting an answer if they're going to join this teddy bear, the bunny. See how the teddy bear is asking the bunny to join them in the funs they got going on at this theme park. And yeah, the bunny seems sad. So the person that you're inquiring about, they brought heartbreak upon you, and now they're trying to re-emerge. May that be energetically, and they're trying to ask you out. Maybe they already did in the recent past. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And usually we don't see something as active as like having a question mark here. Usually the cards are quiet, right? You have to read them, but this one's actively telling us that this person wants to ask you out, wants to ask if you would join them. And what's also interesting to me is that we have these 3 balls in this tree, and yeah, like, and here we have these 3 swords, and the 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card, and that's quite literally how we see it. I would say that limiting beliefs or toxic beliefs made your person act the way they did in the past, and I would say they recognized that about themselves, and they recognized where they went wrong, and they're almost innocently trying to go about this now and trying to bring more clarity, but also trying to re-enter into the conversation. I'm not sure why I'm phrasing it this way, but that's just what's coming up for me. Yeah, they're trying to have some fun with you, and they're trying to also, this is a more active Two of Swords, more active, like reminiscing, if you will, about if whether or not this is going to go well, and they have a chance. And I would say that they believe that the ball is in your court to decide whether or not you're going to take them back. And they're in this hermit mode, and the hermit is depicted by a wise old man at this theme park, and there's like a light shed on him. Usually the hermit is holding the light, but I would say that they gotten some insight on what this relationship means for them, and what actual feelings they have for you and how deep they run, because we have this Two of Cups also depicted by this light above them, and it's quite similar to me. So they've gotten a glimpse on like the true depth of their feelings towards you, and I would say that took them some introspection in order to get there, and they had to mature in the process with this improv figure, and had to mature. And I would say that they still have room to grow, and I would also say that they're aware that they still have room to grow, that there's, I would say, inner conflicts that they need to work past in order to get to the next stage, but they do want to leave that behind. Also want to leave some chaos behind. Oh yeah, sure. They want to leave some chaos behind in their world, in their actual, I would say, day-to-day life, and that isn't as connected to you. See how in this there's drama going on, and these seem to be more mature individuals that bring about the trauma and drama. But yeah, and we see our main characters, which is the teddy bear and the bunny, turning their back on it, turning their back on the drama. that is going on. And I would say that this isn't directly connected to you, though that has played a part in this connection when it comes to this person's feelings for you, because at times they're unsure about their own feelings. And I was getting like a real good insight on the drama going on. Now I'm trying to tap into that again. It gave me like a very specific feeling for the drama. It feels like work related. It feels like maybe if that isn't work related, it feels like something about an institution, though we don't really have an institution card. But I would say that they applied some of these coping mechanisms from these situations to the connection with this King of Swords. See, their logic, the way they use logic and the way they reason, they're trying to unlock this door, trying to unlock this connection, and they're bitter about it. But they put that in reverse. Like they're not trying to go about it with this conflicting logic anymore. And I wouldn't quite say conflicting, not in other circumstances. I would say that it's hard, or it has been hard for this person to leave the stresses of the work realm in that realm, and not bring that to the connection, and not bring like the way they handle I want to say arguments, but I would say it's more of also like day-to-day mannerism that they need to implement in their day-to-day work life, or like in any type of institution they're in. Whatever is required of them, whatever the field is, that's how they have to play the field. It's almost like in order to survive. But that is really what's coming to mind. And it's really giving Shark's Tank, to be honest. Like it's giving like this person trying to move the realm, if that makes sense. Like it's a very natural approach, and it's also a very masculine approach. And they do see how that doesn't apply. That approach doesn't apply and won't open the door when it comes to your personal relationships, anything in the personal realm. So they realize that about the situation and about the connection. And I would say that they are reminiscing about the past and trying to shed a light on where they went wrong. They're being self-centered right now, but the universe is also more of shedding a light onto them, because usually the hermit is again depicted by holding the light themselves. And in this depiction, we see like a light being shown onto the hermit, the turtle in this depiction. And again, this is like giving Ninja Turtles. This is giving like the way you need to go about in your day-to-day life. And this person's advancing due to the connection. They're advancing. In your grief, also in regards to the connection, has made them grow as a person, because deep down they don't want to have this chaos. And I would say it's hard for them to apply different principles, or to shift into like a different narrative. It's really giving this energy of coming home to your spouse and needing to shift out of work mode into then like a more loving mode. And it's hard for them to make that transit, because it can feel to this person like there's a lot required of them, and it's hard to just skip from one to another and apply different rule set, and then also be vulnerable. We do not see someone being very vulnerable, but in their feelings, and their feelings, there's like they can't move past that. That is something that's really waking them up to inner knowledge, and into realizing that they too crave this vulnerability, and they do crave that with you, and they're energetically pulled towards that, about the struggles of making that transit. I would say this person is pretty hard on themselves when it comes to the work realm, and they don't let their guard down. That's one thing, and they fear to let their guard down, and that may be justified in where they work at, like the field they work at, but they need to let their guard down with their spouse. And I would say that they've recently come to the conclusion that that is what is needed, but they still struggle. And also this person doesn't give themselves credit for anything they've already accomplished, so that is also playing into this narrative, like being extra hard on yourself, not allowing yourself to let your guard down, because you feel like there's always the next thing that will be challenging to you, and you never really get some true rest, and that is preventing them from truly resting. Like even when you're resting, like you have to allow your mind to come to a more settled place in order to feel like truly rested, and this person just never really does allow themselves to rest. And I would say that quite recently they hadn't had any chance but to do so with this hermit mode. Like the universe made them go like into introspection, and I would say that wasn't like a deliberate process. Like they didn't initiate that process. That was just due to chaos, and it came to a point where they couldn't take it any longer, and they had to sit back and had to do the introspection. It's giving Tower moment, but on this person's part, that doesn't affect their feelings for you, but affects their mannerism, I must say. And they're trying to move this thing forward because they understand that it's important to them, and what their heart tells them is also important. And that's also something that they need to go for in order to achieve fulfillment and to achieve happiness. And with this Harry Potter card, with the chosen one, I would say that right now their job really does feel challenging to them. And that is really casting a shadow on everything they're experiencing. And I would say also that this person is like, in the past, they highly relied on you understanding that. But it's so much that you can take. It's only so much that you can take, right? You have to have someone that shows up, right? And if they're not doing that, then understandably, you would distance yourself and not want to participate in whatever funds they got going on, and want like a partner who's able to capture your attention in a much more tangible way and is also showing up for you in this connection. And still, like, they're not showing up the way they're supposed to. It's still this work mode. It's still this toxic masculinity in a sense. But there has been like light shed onto that, and they're really transiting here and trying to come to better terms, and they have no chance but to, because they're deeply in love with you. I would say, like, they have deep feelings for you. If that wasn't mentioned before, they definitely do have deep feelings for you. The Two of Cups is usually depicting like a happy couple, happy relationship. Some refer to it as soulmates. I wouldn't want to say that in a reading like this, because I just don't believe this to be ethical to tell someone that you haven't seen in person. And I think that a lot of situations that wouldn't have a ground otherwise have been dragged on because some tarot reader decided to tell someone that someone is their soulmate they're asking about without having seen them. To me, that's just not ethical, and energies always shift and change. Remember that. So do what feels right to you and what innately makes you feel good. But yeah, that's how this person feels about you as of right now. And I've forgotten to touch upon something, I think. Yeah. So this is like the learning card. But this is also enlightenment with this flame. See, like there's like this flame is shedding a light on the knowledge the owl tries to receive. So this is like in this transition process we see, and we see movement from them. It's internal movement though. This is, yeah, it's talking about enlightenment. And I would say that this person is also trying to get a new skill set, which they haven't done before, but definitely the work field really is heavily relying on them to always master new skills and become better and better every day. But I would also say that in the past, they've put the burden of that one to you as well. All of the hardship they experience. And I would say that that wasn't probably as like, maybe they talked about it a lot, but I would say that also like their energy was so burdened by their day-to-day lives and their day-to-day experience that there was no other way but for you to experience that with them. May that have been active, may that have like, was it like, it doesn't matter if it was active or passive, like you did experience that. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, that's their energy towards you. And let's get into your energy towards them. We have experiencing loss in reverse with this Harry Potter Oracle card. And it says, things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way, if not always in the way we expect. Luna Lovegood, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Have you ever experienced the return of something you thought you'd lost? What were the circumstances? And that's in reverse. And then we have dreams. Oh, see, your reason is in a different state than theirs. Privilege, good for you. Part two. And then you have Wunjo as your rune card, and you have another rune card, which is Bridal in reverse. You have the Eight of Cups walking away, yes, as we were seeing with this Harry Potter card. In reverse, you have the Hermit as well, some mirroring energy here, but for other reasons. The Lovers, wow, heavy mirroring, yeah. Yeah. Death, yeah. The Tower, what was I saying? Wow. Oh, yeah. Their energy made an impact here. Oh, pile number two. You have very clear energy, very clairvoyant energy also. I get a lot of insight, and it's a lot of lightness. So no wonder that you projected things they did onto yourself, because you have so much lightness. It allows, like there was a shadow cast upon you in a sense, but we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, just want to mention that I absolutely adore this energy. I really do. It's very light-hearted energy. Very advanced energy I get from you. Because we also have like all the major arcanas popping out here. With your tarot cards, we only have two minor cards, and all of the others are major. Yeah, really major energy we see here. So I did mention that. That has been this ending, and it's very beautiful how we see how this is a direct answer to their energy. you're in the midst of trying to walk away from the situation, trying to move to calmer grounds, but you're already like you're also looking back into their direction. And I would say reminiscing about the past, reminiscing about the deep feelings you have towards this person. And this really does feel like light and love, like you understand where they come from and you understand their energy. Maybe you went through something similar, but you feel more advanced in that energy, just probably because you've worked through this type of shadow in the past, or it's something that doesn't stick with you because you're quite advanced in nature. And that doesn't mean like they're less than you, or they're like not, like everyone's at different stages. And with like when it comes to certain different aspects in like learning curves, in terms of learning curves, and through being so advanced and being so mature about things, I would say that this sparked the light in this person and helped them to create more tranquility in their life. That's why they adore you, and that's why they have feelings for you, because of your nature, like who you truly are. And that isn't connected to surface level, though I would believe that they also cherish you, your physical appearance. But this is like deep understanding coming from your part, deep understanding about the connection, about the density that this person experiences. And due to understanding them so well and having so much insight, energetic insight on on the challenges that they face or they're facing on a day-to-day, due to that, you feel this, I want to say pull, but it's more of a real understanding, and you have a lot of compassion for that. I would say you're a very empathetic person, more than the usual like empath. Like your senses are very heightened when it comes to understanding where someone's coming from and wanting to nurture something in them. Yeah, you have a very nurturing energy, even with this Eight of Cups being depicted by like this huge heart. Like you have this huge heart to you, and you have so much love to give, but you also know when to make an exit, and when there's like only so much that you can bear in a connection. And you're definitely walking away from this. Like you're definitely over the situation, over like facing the consequences of someone else's behavior towards you, and feeling like there's only so much you can do. Like you can only love someone through it. Like they have to go in their own pace, and do it like on their own terms sometimes. And everyone has to learn their lessons on that for themselves. So there's like an understanding when it comes to you about that. With this Hermit card, yeah, you're also going inside, but see what I was saying, you're holding the light. And this is giving like Ace of Hermit, the depiction. That's not a card, but you get that direct insight from spirit. Like you're very close to spirit, I would say, in general, and you're very in tune with that, and you've integrated that into your persona, and you did so very smoothly. It's not like a weird mannerism, or it's not pretending to be something you're not. It's like just who you are, like, and who your values truly are. That's what is coming through. And this hermit is holding their own light, but we don't see the hermit. The light is coming from spirit when it comes to you, the universe, and it's also coming from such a deep knowing inside that it transcends who you are. So there's like, that does make a lot of sense in understanding other people's situations. So that was also what was giving me this vibe of you being so empathetic that it's just more than the usual. It's not your like usual empath, if that's even a thing, but that's really what's coming through. Like you feeling things very deeply. And I would say that you've recently learned to implement a different approach when it comes to people and situations, and probably this person made you learn a lesson of when to walk away from a situation that isn't serving and that doesn't fulfill your own needs. Even though you have this huge heart, like you're looking for peace also, this is something like, oh, and I'm hearing like what truly is for you will stick with you. So you have a more peaceful approach and have gained that knowledge in the recent past. When it comes to this person, like this person triggered that in you, and I don't want to say triggered, but they just brought you to a state of understanding that about yourself and about situations. And yeah, good, very good. And it wasn't easy peasy lemon squeezy here. We see the towel being here, and I was saying that like this person's giving towel moment, and I was like, they're not shedding that onto you, wrong. Like Spirit's like, yeah, they did. And I was like, can we give this person like the benefit of the doubt? Like I was getting like probably for a minority who did not do that like directly and not as severe, but obviously Spirit's like, no, they did. They did. They did bring about this tower moment, and see how like there's two male figures outside of this tower, which is protected. And I would say that you're divinely guided and protected through this journey. But regardless, this was a tower moment and things came crumbling down. But there's a light from inside of the tower, and that is your light. I lost my train of thought there. But that's also like guided by spirit, helping you do so. Yeah, but I would say that you are quite shocked by something that they did or said, and that was due to what is going on with them. And I would say that you have this understanding of like everything's going through things, their pace and all of that. But see, this person still, though they do this introspection, they're still showing up in this toxic masculinity. they still haven't implemented very important things in order to share this vulnerability in a more tangible way. And you may see glimpses of that, but they haven't integrated that into like their being. And I would say that you are super aware of all of like everything that is going on. And the only thing that keeps pulling you backward is this understanding, this knowing, and the deep love that you are capable of feeling for other people, even if they haven't shown up in a way that is serving you. But now you know like when to walk away from situations that no longer serve, because you're concerned about your own peace, your own happiness, and you don't want to constantly keep shedding tears over something that is, I don't want to say a lost case, but you understand your place in a situation. This isn't something you were to blame for. This is like the heavy load that this person tries to carry, and it's not for you to carry like their load. So this person is putting burdens on themselves, not only to the detriment of their happiness, but also affecting other people's happiness. And I would say that in the past, they felt justified in doing so, which is uber toxic. But if you're not aware, you don't know. And sometimes probably like that's your understanding. That's like why you understand like society places these expectations on us that we feel like we have to live up to. And so you get why they would put too much on their shoulders, but it doesn't justify like also affecting your happiness, because you have your own things to work through and to pull through and all of that. And I would say that this privilege card comes from having so much insight, being so connected. That is giving you this privilege of knowing when to walk away, of being like you have like extreme integrity. You're such an alluring person, and you have such a divine energy to you. I must say, it's like the lightest energy I have experienced in a long time. It's so light. It feels glittery almost, but it's not like glitter is too sketchy to explain it. It's super light. It's like, yeah, you just want to bathe in that. And I understand why this person's drawn to that, because they feel all of this density, and you bring all of this lightness, but they bring this density and what is the word? Trying to find the word. Contaminate the light. And that's what they did. That's what they did. If that was like external actions, I would say for the most part, this is just the heavy energy they carried. Sure, that does manifest in externals, but yeah, let's see the connecting energies. Oh, I did not touch upon everything, and I didn't touch upon your wounds. I got so caught up in your energy that yeah, see, like the way this owl is depicted here is very different from their owl. Like they have to learn the skills in order to, you know, it's not all about just work and functioning in society. It's also functioning in relationships and showing up in a pleasant way when it comes to that, so that someone can, you know, there's base and ground for something, and you wanna, but they know, and you know, so yeah. I would say that you're going inside with this Hermit card as well, like you're going inside and trying to find better ways and meet better ends for where you're headed next, like where your journey will take you next, and also try to implement things that you've learned throughout this process in order to gain insight on a new reality and a new, like new possibilities for you, a better future. Like trying to ask yourself, what is the actual energy I want to experience, and how do I want to show up in connections where I do not put the burden on myself that someone else is carrying, and having like compassion. Like how do I implement being more compassionate towards myself so that I can experience fulfillment and happiness that I deserve, and that my light is capable of experiencing. And sorry, that is my dog sneezing. She's having a little cold. So yeah, that's what we are seeing here. Keeping yourself warm. And this light being there, like the light you got going on everywhere. Yeah, and this Wound card also talks about the joy, and I would say that's the joy you want to experience next. Like next time around, I would say that you quite had your share with situations like this, and next time around you want something that reciprocates more of what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to accomplish in terms of relationships, of them being also reciprocated just in energy, right? Giving, like reaping what you sow. Like that's where you're trying to come to. Also, when it comes to this person, this is still connected to this person because they make you realize what you want to actually experience in life, and what energies you want to feel, what your wishes are when it comes to a relationship, commitment. Yeah. And with this, like I'm trying to, yeah, this doesn't seem like the right path any longer. You're walking away from this. This is usually depicting like being on track, being on the right path. And this person just doesn't feel safe any longer. Though you have compassion towards them and you have like deep-rooted love towards them, which comes from understanding where they come from. But I feel like you're the type of person who could understand about anyone's energy and anyone's place in life, because you just have so much compassion for someone else's journey. But that doesn't mean like it's your journey and that's what you realized. This rune in reverse, like you realize that the joy you seek is elsewhere and it will lead you to a new path. And sometimes it's just the unknown is scary. So it's a high probability that you went back maybe a couple of times for some of you, or you just mentally went back to this person, still looking into that direction, though for you it's gone, it's done, it's like this thing is over for you. It's just because the unknown may be scary to you at this point. Like you know where you want to go, like what you want to feel, what type of joy you want to feel, and you're dreaming about this joy you could feel and the potential that there is out there for you, and you know to be true because you're getting this insight on that. Like you're aware that there's more to experience for you, and that the happiness you seek, I want to say also seeks you, but that's like such an old saying, like I can't listen to it anymore any longer, but yeah, it's true. But like there's so much for you to experience, and it may be scary at this moment, and that's the only reason why really you're looking back, or you're still asking about this person, is because like it may be scary to look into the other direction and face your true happiness, because it's always easier to rely on something that's already known, though maybe the path of least resistance is elsewhere. And in this situation, in this case, that's definitely the case. Yeah. So let's look at the connecting energy. We have resistance, which says, in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Hagrid experiences prejudice as a result of his half-giant heritage. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. The wizarding world as a whole struggles with prejudice, both against muggles and muggle-born wizards. Have you ever experienced prejudice in your life or witnessed it today? Take an action, big or small, to combat prejudice in the world. Okay. I want to say something because it's coming to mind and I don't want to lose it. I would say that this person's path is very alluring to you because you understand it, because you feel like what they do is a good thing, or how like the tasks they put to work, or there's something about them that you regard as being very useful, being very helpful, and that you in a sense look up to, and that's why you admire this person so much, or what lured you in with this person. And it's something that you seek within yourself, a way of looking at the world. It may just be that you're not as advanced as this person is, maybe in the physical realm, and definitely not energetically, and when it comes to relationships and being able to, it's such a woo-woo saying, but yeah, work with energies, work with like insights you get. But something like you admire about this person is just the means in which they go to about like day-to-day life. Something you admire about this person is just the way they go about life in a material sense. So you have kindness. You have the King of Cups in reverse. Yep, and both of you know that it's unfair the way this person went about things and did not show up for you in this mature way. And that's something that is clear, like the both of you know that there has been, I would say that their efforts towards you have been discontinuous in the past, and that wasn't just something you wanted to experience any longer, and understandably so. And this Eight of Cups in reverse, because you have the Eight of Cups upright, you want to walk away. Still something is luring you in, and this person also does know, and that's why they are maintaining this. You have the Five of Cups in reverse. Maybe you had to fight for this person's attention in the past, like they had like other options, and you did definitely let go of that energy and of that approach. You're not looking at spilled milk no more, and this person has realized that you did not attempt to fight for their attention any longer. And I think I was saying that, I don't remember, but yeah, I think I was saying like fighting for their attention, but yeah. Then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, not receiving this love that this person did. Obviously that they did come out of that energy by you walking away from that, because in this dynamic, the only way to keep it up was for you to pull very much into that direction, and be like this overly nurturing figure towards their attempts of making this connection work, which was more masculine, but was also more toxic masculinity, and I would say undermining your role in this relationship and the beauty of your, not the beauty of your energy, not you, but like not, this person didn't take advantage of the privileges that they had when it came to you. Like they did not take advantage of that because they did not see it as an opportunity that was as alluring when you were there, but they realized now what they had, what's it going. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the way it went about wasn't sustainable in this person, and you did realize that the way it wasn't a way that it could have kept continuing, so you put an end to that. Did definitely walk away from the situation. But in this connecting energy, what they're giving you still right now is not a lot to work with. Like, and now we see like a better picture of why, like, because this person is very much still justifying their behavior, and all of this insight and skill learning and all of that, that's so internal, and it's not minor, and it's not like a minute thing that they're going through. We have kindness, but this is like looking toward this person, and it's, I would say your kindness is keeping the connection up, but in terms of them, I don't see them being very nurturing towards you, and that has been a problem in the past. And yeah, it's just not sustainable. We don't see something sustainable here. And I would say that you justified a lot of this person's actions also because you got an insight into the struggles that they face, and that energy that is just very overpowering when it comes to them. And that's why you justified a lot of this behavior, and you might have also mirrored some of like injustices onto them, justifying their behavior. And so like continuing to enable this person, and that isn't like, I see where you're coming from, but the kindness you had towards this person just enabled them to continue their way. And the longer this is going on for, the slower this energy will move, them coming to this realization that they're trying to make. But in terms of you, they're not showing up in a sustainable way. They've just recently come out of this energy of not wanting to receive you, but they're still not giving. And that's clear to the both of you. They're still not being emotionally mature. They're still not showing up in an emotional mature way for you to have something to deal with, like something you can build upon. Like there's just nothing to build upon. So you decided to walk away. But this person's trying to still have you around for their, I would say that they would tell themselves for their entertainment, but there's more to it than meets the eye. But this is their approach, and this is why we see this like toxic masculinity here. And I'm not trying to judge a person, I'm just reading it as it is. But this figure here is entertaining like two women, and see how you're not fighting over this like attention anymore, their attention anymore. You realize that maybe putting like other females down, or like putting other people down because like they decide to put their attention somewhere that doesn't serve you. So you come out of that. But I would say that this is still serving this person, or it did serve this person in the past. Maybe they let go of wanting that because they realize that your energy and what you bring to the table is much more sustainable, and it's much more for them to experience. It's much more to have. It's much more to emphasize on. But you're moving away, but they're trying to lure you in. And I would say that is very much a known for the both of you. Let's get like one more clarifier. Like I want to, like, this doesn't feel like I did see everything that's going on, Spirit. Yeah, we don't know if that was like which way. Can you clarify the connecting energy for us, the world? Yeah, makes sense. Okay, you bring light into this person's world. This is what this person's world's like. You bring light into that. The female energy, female aspect brings light into that. Brings, as I was saying, like your energy is much more to have than having attention, receiving attention. They now put value in that. They know that there's value in that. They're still not showing up like that, because I don't want to talk down on no one, but this is like this person's world right now. It's very dull. It's very black and white. It's chaotic. It's not very pleasant. And then there's like this light. You just bringing this light into their world because you have all this light going on. That's what we talked about, right? And that's what they now are starting to put more value on as they get more insight in what truly actually matters in life. But you're not required to bring anyone, like, you're not required to, because they're not showing up mature. They're not like, I would say they haven't let go of their old ways and childish mannerism when it comes to connections, true valuable connections. They haven't fully let go of that. They're still in this process of gaining knowledge on that. Achieving, like, having like a different skill set, but they know that that doesn't work. It's not sustainable, but they're still maintaining, like, this energy is still very dense. Yeah, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that it did resonate. And if it did, please leave a comment down below to let us know. And also make sure to give this video a thumbs up if it did resonate, and to subscribe to the channel to never miss a reading and for more insightful readings in the future. It really does help connect the content to more like-minded people, and maybe connect this content to someone who might need this as well. And if it did bring clarity to you, maybe share this with a friend who may also need this. And yeah, thanks for being here again. It really does help the channel grow and grow our little community. So bye, part 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Alice in Luna Tarot deck or the Solar Light Crystal, then this is your reading, and I'm so grateful that you've chosen to join me for this reading. Your presence and support mean the world to me and help our community grow, so thank you for being here. Hi, pile 3. Before we begin, I want to give you a quick rundown on how this reading will work. On the left side, we will explore the energy and feelings that your person has towards you, and on the right side, we will dive into your own energy and feelings towards your person. Keep in mind that the energy may be flip-flopped, so take it as it resonates. And finally, I will end the reading with the middle part. We will uncover the connecting energies between you and your person, so the mutual shared feelings. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the messages that the universe has in store for you. So I'll start with this left side. We have this moon card, Menace, in reverse. And the chewing noise you hear in the background, that is my dog. Then we have unlock, pause, and then this Harry Potter card in reverse, experiencing loss in reverse. So the opposite of this is probably going to be the energy. Professor Snape is a deeply complicated character. On the surface, he appears to be a nasty and condescending bully who hates Harry and strongly favors students from his own house, Slytherin. His other actions seem to be a reflection of his dark and deceptive nature, from going undercover as a Death Eater to kill Professor Dumbledore at the end of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It is not until Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 that we learn that Snape was in fact working to protect Harry all along, and that the entire course of his life he was shaped by his love and loss of Harry's mother, Lily. Sometimes a loss is so profound that it has the power to reshape our lives. Have you ever experienced a loss like this, or do you know someone who has? Did it change things for the better or worse? Okay, so for the tarot cards, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. No, that's upright, actually. That isn't a reversal. It just looks this way. And this is the most complicated tarot, but I was called to, like, to me, to read, but I was called to use it. And we only have a few cards, so I'll be pulling some more. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles upright. Then we have the Six of Wands in reverse, which is the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. Then we have the Eight of Arms in reverse, which is the Eight of, yeah, and that's a salty depiction of the Eight of Swords. Not salty, not spicy. Getting my spices wrong today. So this is the Agent of Arms, which is let me guess, I would say this is the Knight of Swords in reverse. I would say that this person believes that they're not fitting societal expectations for now, and they're shying away from making real process when it comes to connections. Something like they feel like there hasn't been like positive recognition in terms of what they're capable of bringing about, and but they internally believe to be almost there, like almost at their fulfilling point when it comes to tangibles in this lifetime. And I would say that they're protective of their energy and also of their resources. Also when it comes to this person, and they're not the best at communicating their needs, and I would also say like their feelings. We do not see a lot of feelings being presented here, so only like this experiencing loss in reverse. But let's get into what I think this is about, and this may be a little dark in nature. But yeah, this person right here on the left side is giving off this impression of not being very good in terms of providing for someone, providing for, like, not very good at teamwork, not very good at, with this oracle card, which is like mostly like representing their energy to me, because we only have so much to work with right here. And I will pull some more tarot cards right now. This oracle card, it's trying to think of the name. You probably know what this memo is. But they're very much in need of having like very good teamwork, and they always have like ones that are looking out for the whole pack, and they are very much integrated in a very complex like social dynamic. And this is like an animal that is always looking out for the greater good and is always doing what's necessary in order to serve the whole pack. And they're great team workers. They're very good companions, because they just place themselves in such huge groups. And it doesn't mean like you have to be like very good with big groups and crowds and all of that. Like, I'm not good with big crowds either, but this person seems to be like the contrary of a team player. But let's get like more tarot cards, because right off the bat I don't see them being the most wholesome person, to be honest. And with this, yeah, I'm not like, let's get more inside, because I don't want to judge a book too soon. It feels like we only read like a very minute part of it, and like I'm already coming to conclusions which may be detrimental to the whole reading. So let's look into the energy. More of the same. Nine of Wands. This person's laying a burden down which they feel was placed upon them. by you. I would say that those were expectations and you trying to manifest something in terms of this connection. This person seems to not want to live up to that, have their own standards of what it means to bloom, I'm hearing. And we have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, more of the same. You have the 8 of Swords already, so they're freeing themselves from expectations they think that society is put on them. And you, to this person, very much, you know what I'm seeing, like speakers, like in some countries they have like speakers when they try to tell like the whole village or something, like that's a certain time of day or it's time to pray or and I'm like seeing these speakers, and for this person you're almost like a speaker of society or what like societal rules are or where they should be in life by now, and they want to break free from these expectations that they feel are put onto them. And they're like, no, I'm not that. I'm not what you think you see. I'm not what you think you've gotten a glimpse of. I'm like so much more than that. Spirit's giving us this weird heads up that this person may not be so much more than they pretend to be, because Snape at the end, like this is what this card's talking about, Snape like being very much different from what we thought. I remember like, and sorry if you can hear the housekeeper in the background, but yeah, Snape is like, I remember watching the first movies or reading like the first books and I was like, wow, this is like way more scary, and I was more scared by Snape than I was by like Voldemort when they presented him in the films. Obviously, judged by the books, you were more scared of Voldemort because he was this thing you couldn't see. But yeah, it just, he just turned out to be something so different from what you thought. Like it was just what I was saying, like we can't judge a book by its cover or by just reading like a few pages in. And I would say that this person is this narrative is catering to them, like people expecting there to be more, and they especially go for the people that expect there to be more to them, like that do not judge a book by its cover and always seek like more insight, always trying to find like a more profound meaning, maybe in behavior, in mannerism, in the way they connect to their surroundings, connect to other people, the way they communicate, like look for deeper meaning or think like there's more to it. There's got to be more to it. Like this can't be true. Like there's a good in everyone, right? So like, yeah, they're working with that. And I feel as though they also feel like what you got, like what insight you got about them, that's wrong. Like you did not get the full picture. The conclusions you came to, and that I would say was like hard work and was like hard dedication to have so much insight as you currently have in like energies and all of that, that didn't come super easy. So like the 9 of Wands is usually depicted by being like something being a burden, and we see here like someone lighting these candles. Like these candles are lit and she's still trying to light some. Like I would say that in actuality you're still trying to get like more insight on this person. Yeah, you're like trying to get insight on this person right now, but this person's pretending, at least, like that's not all there is to it. There's still something to unlock, and this pause is not caused by them. No, that's not their making, and that's the energy they're giving off. Like there's so much more to me that this person hasn't gotten. Like they have not even gotten a glimpse of what's going on here. They haven't, like these candles that are already lit, they're not, like that's how like this person pretends it to be, and they constantly trying to free themselves from, no, that's just expectations of society. I'm so much more than that. I'm so much, sorry about that one. I just needed to readjust the camera. Yeah, they're constantly pretending like there's so much more to this story, so much more to this person that you haven't even gotten a glimpse of. And in actuality, they're just one step away from achieving everything that like they always wished for, but they have to do in solitude, and they have to gain momentum. They have to pause things in order to get there, so that you too will have this happiness, will have this fulfillment. Like this is a like real narrative that energetically working with, keeping someone guessing, I'm hearing. So let's look into your energy towards this person. You have whatever that first letter is. I would say Lagos, and I know this rune, so I know what this is about. And you have that in reverse. And then you have another rune card. The runes seem to be very significant in this reading. They were more of like a confirmation in the other readings I did, the other 2 piles. So whatever this is, but I know what this is talking about, which is interesting to see because this is like quite the contrary to what this person's got going on there. This is like talking about teamwork, being like a part of the team. Yeah, so for your energy, you also have values and beliefs in reverse. And it says, now Amotencha doesn't create actual love. That would be impossible, but it does cause powerful infatuation or obsession, and for that reason it is probably the most dangerous potion in this room. Professor Slughorn, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Love potions appear several times in the Harry Potter films. They work extremely well, as Ron discovers when he accidentally takes one in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Considering their adverse effect, do you think love potions should be used? If given the opportunity, do you think you could use a love potion? And the answer is no for you, which we see because that's being reversed. And yeah, this person also think that things that in the past you may have tried to put like a spell on them, obviously, and they want to break free from that. And they always like, maybe they feel like they broke free from that and they're like not in that stagnant energy. And it's almost like you caused this. This person's like heavily putting that onto you, and Spirit saying like, no, that's not your energy. Like you're not trying to bring about something that doesn't have real actual meaning, and just have like another instance where this is like a part of the movies is where Voldemort's mother causes this infatuation onto the father of Voldemort, so that he becomes like enamored, and yeah, the consequence is like this child, this evil spirit that is Voldemort. So not caused by real love, and like you don't believe in things like that, and this person just for some reason we don't see, like I don't know what they're like. Yeah, open. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the World in reverse, obviously. I love these cards, by the way. They're like inspired by manga, or like that's actual manga. It's the Alice in, I said it in the intro, Alice in Luna's tarot deck that you chose, and I chose for your energy. And then we have the Three of Wands. Yeah, makes sense. Very similar energy in the collective today, must say. The Two of Cups in reverse. Wow, pile 2, you got it going on. Pile 3, but this is similar to pile number 2. Sorry for saying pile 2. And you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, I love to see that for you, Queen. And I would say that whatever you refer to as, like, this is the female side, and we have that in all piles today. So this is the female energy, this is the male energy. I would say that you're just here for confirmation, and you need like a little heads up. You need like a little comfort, like comforting your soul, and that's valid. And I'm happy you're here. Pile 3. Yeah, your energy is pretty clear on this person, and I understand why. Yeah, you don't believe in the things that this person was trying to mirror onto you. And I would say that is because in actuality, they're not happy. They don't have as much going on as they pretend, and they're trying to validate that, I would say, by bringing others down. And that is why they're not such like a good companion. And I would say in general, this person's just not someone you really want around. They're not very pleasant to be around because I would say they're quite enamored with themselves, come off as quite egotistical, and I would say that you've gotten insight on that, and you're open to new opportunities. I would say this also talks about you being very open to everything that is in store for you, and also very open in general to people. And you have like what it takes to be in group settings and be someone who's capable of being like in bigger groups. Actually, if you don't feel that is true about you, Spirit's saying like that's very much true. Like you have the ability to connect with people in a very profound ways that creates long-lasting bonds that that actually last like lifetimes. Because horses, they have like a long lifespan for animals. They do, like, not like obviously for like mammals that breed the way they do, they have like different strategies. This mammal does have like only like few offsprings, but they for like their kind, they have like long lifespans, and they form very meaningful and deep relationships. And this also makes me think about the movie Spirit, where you seek like your companion for lifetime. And this is also talking about marriage and commitment. And so sorry, I had to pause the video. My dog interrupted. Yeah, but I would say that you're seeking meaningful connections, and you're seeking like something that is more meaningful in life. And I would also say that you are someone who seeks commitment from someone. And I'm so intrigued what this connecting energy may be, because from this person I'm getting bad vibes. But like, I don't want to. Yeah, we've gotten more than a cover of this book, but yeah, I don't want to judge it before we see the connecting energy. But so far, I would say you're open, but you don't think that your luck and fortune lies with this person, with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I would see it as like quite literally you not feeling like this is your situation that you want to flourish in, and that you can flourish like a meaningful connection in. And with this World card, which is also interesting to me because it has like a lot of characters, and I would say that you seek, and your soul seeks to connect with like-minded people, and like have like a very stable and grounded circle of friends, but also like stable and grounded relationships. And this person is just so much of not wanting to fit any narrative that they just don't fit into any real group settings. And I would also say that they don't fit into your circle of friends, or they're just not capable of like seeing beyond themselves in a sense. And you know, like that's not fitting for you. That doesn't serve you, because that just doesn't, it's not, you're not able to integrate this person into your world. You don't see like an opportunity to really integrate. And they also always come off as not really wanting that, always being like very against the system just to be against something. That's the vibe they're giving off. They're also giving off a very like lefty but toxic lefty type of energy, where it's just not really for the cause, maybe for more for their own ego and to be just against something. Yeah, that's the vibe. And you notice that about this person, you're not enamored by this person any longer. And I would say that this person tries to project things onto you, like you're trying to start something here. That's like, that's their energy. And then you like, no, actually, like I'm trying to form meaningful connections and expand myself beyond what I already know and what I already can achieve by just looking inside. I'm trying to expand my horizon by connecting with new people and form meaningful relationships, in essence, that will last me a lifetime and that I can rely on, and serve my community and serve my people. You're here for the right reasons, and this person didn't recognize that, because like they I'm not sure what they do recognize. But yeah, we did have that. So let's get into the connecting energy, shall we? I'm so excited. It's like to see what this is about, because no, this doesn't, I'm not sure who I'm reading for. We have this relationship, Harry Potter, when Harry and Ron first meet Hermione in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, they find her to be bossy and overbearing. It isn't until the three of them team up to defeat a mountain troll that they become fast friends. Is there a relationship in your life that started out antagonistic and then became friendly? Or is there currently a person in your life that you feel antagonistic towards, to whom you could extend the hand of friendship? What changed could change. Okay, extend. This is talking about extension. And this person really struggles. And we got a lot of Harry Potter cards, and I was like, I'm going to take it if that's what Spirit wants. Experiencing loss. The ones that love us never really leave us, and you can always find them in here. Sirius Black, Harry Potter, and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Do you have someone whom you keep dear in your heart? How does their memory touch the way you live your life? So I would say this person has like a lot of wounded child, wounded warrior in them. In her first night at Hogwarts, this is all talking about the first film. So yeah, in her first night, not this one, but yeah. Starting a third time. On the first night at Hogwarts, first-year students are sorted into one of 4 houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Each house embodies different qualities. Gryffindors are renewed for their courage and determination, Ravenclaws for their wit and wisdom, Hufflepuffs for their practice and loyalty, and Slytherins for their pride and ambition. If you could attend Hogwarts, which house do you think you would belong to, and why? Okay. Intriguing. It is really intriguing. And you know what? I was waiting for this card to come out. I've never had this come out. And I was like, this is like the whole purpose of these cards, is like this one. You like deciding which house you're in. Like this is like the takeaway everyone got from these phones, wasn't it? And in this case, actually, I feel like it's talking about, as I was saying, this person was giving off like lefty vibes. I would say you do not have the same viewpoints, and you really like, there's like distance between the two of you, in the sense you view society and in the sense you view your stance in life, and what is, like, you have like major differences when it comes to that. Like this person's in one house and you're in another, and I would say this person's like in Slytherin, and I would say you're in Gryffindor or Hufflepuff. More like for the majority of you, I get like Hufflepuff vibes. But doesn't, like, you don't have to connect to these Harry Potter themes, though we pulled a lot of them. But, and I'm enamored. How's it? This is already broken and I've never gotten it. You did. Pile number 3, special you. Yeah. So we have the 4 upright. So actually, I wasn't getting some stuff wrong. Yeah. Or was I? Let's look further into it. We have this is the 9 of Presents in reverse. Yeah. Makes sense. And then we have the Chariot upright, actually. Interesting. Then we have the 4 of Presents, which is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And we have the 9 of Portions, which is, oh shit, shoot. Did we have this in reverse or did we have it upright? I have to rewatch. Sorry, I was just in my head somewhere else looking at something else. No, this came out upright. Good. Okay. This is just the current feelings towards each other. In the connecting energy, there's like more to this story. Intriguing. Pile number 3. Never had something like that appear. Things aren't as surface level as they appear, or maybe that's just a reminder of you thinking they aren't as surface level as they appear. There must be more to this person. You want to expand like past what your first impression was, still trying to look for like a deeper meaning and think that maybe this person is just so standoffish towards you. And you'll know if this is your pile. Maybe this person is just so standoffish towards you because there's just more depth to it. And I will ask Spirit if there's more depth to it, because we get like no and then we get like yes, so we get like maybe. And there's back and forth between the two of you, but it's like so counterintuitive. So this is just this is definitely like early stages with this person. It's like you haven't seen so much of this person to fully judge them. Like they haven't like let you inside on everything that they got going on. But I would say that this person may be someone who's like coming off as like the way I do things is the right way to do them. And yeah, it's like this giving me like the way this person practices spirituality or practices whatever like they believe in, or like their belief system is the right one, and yours is flawed, is not the right one. They have it correct. Like they don't allow for a lot of expansion usually, but in some form or another they're intrigued by you and they're expanding themselves towards you. And I would say they're very much trying to reap the rewards of something they may have not really planted. I would say that you've gotten a better grip on like how to really plant your seeds when it comes to connections and relationships. You're more advanced in this person, and we have that in Pile 2 as well, like the one on the right side being way more advanced than the one on the left side when it comes to relationships. But this one here is very advanced when it comes to relationships and catering to society, not in a flawed way, but very loving and nurturing, and being like an active part of society, and fitting very well in their community in a sense, and seeking their place in community. And I would say maybe have like a good relationship with like at least like one parent, like very strong bond. I'm getting like all family members, such a strong bond that just gave this person like the means to an end to form like very meaningful relationships, and maybe even form past what the eye needs. So this is why this person here is intriguing to this person, is because they always trying to broaden their horizon, broaden their view, and they're like, okay, like there must be something to this. And I'm not saying like there's completely nothing to it. Let's like let Spirit decide what this is about, because like we have either or, but there's a lot of expansion here, expansion. And I would even say like backhandedly so towards this connection, and not even backhandedly because it's like so open and broad. It's this side is going here and this side's going there. Like you're expanding towards each other, and in a major way, and getting something started. This person's getting something started. This person's getting something started. It's like they're two ends of the same coin. Maybe you have differences, but don't realize like there's a lot of similarities, which is just, let's get it clarified. It's like, let's have Spirit decide what they, like, what is this going to be? Let me get a deck to clarify this energy. I want real judgment here, Spirit. Is like, don't be all like in love with us. I want to see something going on. No, not the one who's asking anything. I was like just experiencing this as I'm seeing it fit. The 5 of Winter in reverse. Didn't we have that? This is the 5 of Swords. Did we not see that, or was that a different pile? I'm confused. Let me gather the information. 6 of Wands in reverse. Now we have the 6 of, putting conflict behind them. I would say this person's like in the learning stage of forming more meaningful connections and not being so defensive about everything, that just, you know, seeing someone else's side for like being a valid way to view life. And I was just yesterday reading like some comment on like a job application that I've gotten, like that I dismissed because I did not want to, like I got an offer and did not want to work there, and so, like looking at like what people had to say about the place, and I was like, no, maybe not. And like one person was like, they view everything that's just every like constructive criticism as being detrimental to, and like a true attack on like the whole system, and like a real attack. And I would say that in the past, this person, that has been this person's like main approach, like everything that wasn't like in line with their belief system was just not as valuable to them, and they're putting that behind, and this connection is helping them to do so, to see like a different point of view, because you seem like you're the voice of the people. This is weird, like coming from me, but yeah. Oh my god, I love it. That's great. What a journey this has been. I would say this is like the same. You would the same saying you would apply to this person, though it feels short. We have like first place here, but first, and then we have 2 cards that signify first here, and then we have the Fool, which is starter energy. This is like starting energy. You're getting something started here. You're getting the ball rolling, and maybe like, let's clarify this one. This is what's gotten me most confused about this person and their energy. Like, is there more that meets the eye to this person? Let's have Spirit determine. Is there more that meets the eye? Let's get one more. Is there more than meets the eye? Really? No. Yeah, no. Yes and no. It's an experience with this person. This is what we were saying. Remember, like in the beginning of the reading, I was saying like this person is pretending or saying that they just need one more, like they need this pause of momentum in order, though we don't see that in the connecting energy. There's like, you're probably talking to this person or seeing them quite frequently in one sense or another, or they're like, this is like someone who's like repetitively around you in a sense. And this person is, for most of you, I'm getting this, yeah, it doesn't make sense otherwise. Or maybe that's their energy just constantly being around you, but may that be texting, may that be like some sort of back and forth we have going on here. And then this person's like, they're complicated, but in their own little world. Like, they were like, I just need this one more thing so we can have this happy ever after, or like there's like prosperity ahead if we follow my way. And so we're saying like, no, the way is to collaborate. And that is your lesson here, because this is the voice of the people. Sorry for saying that. It sounds super corny and that's not like me, but like, just kidding. Like, it's coming through. And yeah, it takes collaboration to get there. It doesn't take positive momentum, you gatekeeping some unknown treasure that you think is just around the corner. That's not how it's going to work. That's not what it's going to be. And we have a lot of chaos here. Sorry. That's like the, that's the way it is today. Also for the other pile, I think there was like chaos on the table. But yeah, Spirit saying like, no, that's not going to bring prosperity, because the 10 of Autumn is the 10 of Pentacles. And that's what I was saying. Like, this person's like, no, I'm not going to follow societal standards in this. I know the way. And like, I'm not sure, but this, I had to look more than twice to understand that this is in fact a depiction of the 9 of Pentacles, because that's usually more fruitful, more, it's usually a different depiction, being like almost there to having it all, like having like total fulfillment and already being in a very secure and safe place in life. And this person's just lying on top of a building and being connected to wires. So this wasn't giving like a 9 of Pentacles at all, but that is the card. And yeah, Spirit's telling us like, no, maybe not. Like, what is needed here is, this is like what is needed. And I would say this is like what is needed in terms of your approach. Be like very, being your Queen of Swords energy, be very much rational about the situation, and seek guidance from consulting your inner truth, and also like apply your logic when it comes to what forms a good connection, what forms good and meaningful relationships, and what makes relationships prosper. It's also about talking the talk. And I would say this person's not really talking the talk. They're also not appearing very well-rounded with this whole approach. Like, I would say that a lot of people would refer to them as being like overbearing. I said it, I have to say what I see, right? It feels mean, to be honest, to me, that I don't have it in me. And I think Spirit does say like, there's a real need to have it in you. What I was like, the Queen of Swords, she doesn't take from no one. It's like, that's how it is. Yeah, that's needed here. And I would say that this person's sometimes salty in their way of handling, like freeing themselves from expectations and, you know, how it's supposed to be, because they know the way. And Spirit thinks otherwise. Spirit thinks the way is the way to collaborate, to bring, like, to serve, actually serve the community, actually do things that are meaningful for society by collaborating and by being there for others and being a part of something. Sometimes it's more important to be a part of something, and then you can accomplish much bigger things than just walking your own path all the time. And I'm probably guilty of that of like multiple times, of like being in the shadowy mode. So I can like, I can sort of relate, like, though I think I'm being harsh on myself. But yeah, so this is like, sometimes you're the bigger person by being part of the team. All of the times, but sometimes it just takes like more clarity to realize, and that's what Spirit's saying. And like, let's get one more clarify on this middle part, because like, So why is this going on? Like, you're trying to have this person be a better team player, I would say, also in terms of this relationship, but they're not trying to play here, or they're trying to play. Actually, they're trying to be part of something, but I would say that they have male adaptive coping mechanisms and also patterns and mannerism that keep them from actually having like real satisfying relationships that are capable of fulfilling them long term. And but that's what they're trying to achieve, and it's just, yeah, can't fix everyone, but somewhat like you're intertwined with this person. You're meant to teach this person a very valuable lesson. And I would say that's why you're asked, like, those are too many. We want this middle part to be clarified, because how does this fit into the whole reading? We have the Nine of Potions. Oh, you had the Nine of Cups as well. Did I mention that? No, I didn't mention that in your energy. See, she's preparing for this dinner, and she's not even afraid to have dinner by herself on her own. She knows how to fulfill her own needs, and she's very content and happy with the way things are, because I think she has this inner knowing. Your energy is beautiful. I always say that, but like, the people that watch my videos, that are attracted to my videos, really have like such great energy. Sorry. Like, yeah, that does feel like a huge tap on the shoulder, but it's not. No, it's you. Like, it really is you. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Spring. No movement, but movement. No, make it make sense. Spirit, please make the middle part make sense. Okay, if that's what you want, then that's what you'll have. It's more the same old we get. You're coming to terms with this person, putting maybe your guard down, your wands down, maybe trying to start something, maybe discovering something. This is like a process of discovery for the both of you, like from both sides, a process of discovery, that there's more. You feel like there's more that meets the eye. You want to like let your guard down to expand past and see past. And this person's trying to come to terms that their ways may be male adaptive, and that there may be better ways and more collaborative ways. So you both are letting your guard down, and that's what's creating this fresh start. Maybe for some of you, this is like a fresh start, and there has actually been like tangible fights that the two of you had, which is understandable because it feels like counterintuitive, but like two sides of the same, like everyone's somewhat connected, and you're very much aware of that, pile number 3. And yeah, I think that's all I have. Pile number 3, the spirit keeps telling us the same thing. I hope this did resonate, and if it did, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up, because it helps connect the content to like-minded people, and maybe someone that may need this reading just as much. And also, for not missing like readings of this kind in the future, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And yeah,